5 green flags men reveal in dating. Green flags, ladies, not red. So this is a good flag you want to see. A good flag you want to see. The green one, yes, go. Green means go. And that's what the men show when they reveal in dating if they're into you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Coach Andres of Alexander Cormont at the French Relationship Expert. And today we're going to talk about 5 green flags men reveal during dating. All right? And this is something that's very important. We're always looking out for the red flags, but we don't sometimes pay attention to the green flags. And that's what we got to look at. Staying optimistic, looking at the positive. All right? So before we get started, please hit that subscribe button because I'd really appreciate your subscription. As well as share this video with anyone who you think might learn, benefit, or just find some level of entertainment from. Hit that like button because I love those big likes. I'm always appreciating those. And again, if you have any questions, any concerns, any comments, leave them below. I check them all and I respond to them all as well. If you want to dig deeper on this topic, again, check out that website where we provide our services. Or we can click on this next video and we'll talk about something else, a different topic. And that way we can constantly educate you and make you aware of what's going on in the dating world. You ready? Number 1. His actions match his words. Simple as that. We don't want to romance you all the time with just our words and just charm you up with our romantic, charismatic words. His actions back him up. If anything, maybe he says less and does more. That's when a man's revealing his interest in you about not necessarily trying to fill your head up with everything that sounds right, selling the situation, selling the relationship, selling himself. He's going to show you. And that is what we want. Actions speak louder than words. So when a man does say something nice or offer something to do that's going to be somewhat romantic or surprises you out of the blue with a spontaneous trip, his actions back up his words. And that's what it's really all about. You want to value his actions as much as we always feel good about the words. I have a few clients who just rave about the way these men talk to them over the phone, the way they talk and engaged over dinner. But when it comes to show up to actually execute on that plan or follow through with this trip, they don't show up. They back off. They come up with excuses. And that's something you really want to avoid in that scenario because actions, again, are louder than words. So when a man really steps up and backs up his words, or even has less words but speaks up loudly with his actions, that shows desire. That shows interest. So we always know us men aren't so open with our emotions. We don't talk about our feelings. We don't like to be vulnerable. That's a stereotype, and it's somewhat true, but it's also a stereotype. But if his actions complement that, if his actions show his interest, which could be vulnerable, which could be sensitive, which could be, that soft topic, whatever, he's showing you with his actions. And that's the most beautiful thing at the end of the day. So again, as much as it's nice to hear the nice words or the compliments or the charismatic conversation, let's see what the actions have to say about that, because that's going to define the relationship. You don't want to be sold to the relationship. You don't want to be sold to his love. You want to be shown that. That will give you that security and that stability that you deserve. Make sure his actions follow his words. Number 2, his intentions are clear. And this has to go with after number 1. Obviously, if his actions are backing up his words, regardless how much he says, but his actions are what's paramount, then are his intentions clear? Is he being clear from day one of how you guys met and what he's looking for? Because if his intentions are to keep things casual and those are your intentions and he's clear about that, then don't set yourself up to get hurt or disappointed or self-sabotage the relationship because you realize now you want something different when your intentions were established from the beginning. If his intentions are clear towards being casual or being serious, listen to the man. Listen to what he has to say. Most people, and I say this in all, not just men, women too, say what they literally express who they are. They say what they want. The problem is a lot of people don't listen. They're thinking more in their head about how to respond compared to listening. Yeah, I hear you, but I'm not listening because I want to think about what I'm going to say next. I want to be smooth and have a great response for what you're saying. So again, if you're clear with your intentions and he's clear with his intentions, then that way you should have the same goals together and trying to be on the same page. But if your intentions are to be something more serious, something a little more committed, and he's not clear with it, then that's a red flag, because he's trying to just go with the flow, see how this works out to his benefit, drag you along towards his level of keeping his options open, and that's not what you want. If you're clear with what you want, you should expect the same from him, even if it's not what you want to hear. I'd rather be told what I don't want to hear, as long as you're honest and as long as you're direct. Thank you. I can work with that. Rejection, no, your timing is off, you're not ready for something serious. Cool, I can work with that, but you're being clear with that. But if you tell me something and it's a lie, then we got a problem. Or if you don't even want to be clear with the intentions because you want to go with the flow and just drag me along, I'm not really trying to waste my time with that. I want to be with someone who knows what they want and, more importantly, knows what they don't want. So making sure their intentions are clear, as well as you should be clear with yours. Number 3. This one, I'll say it's rare, but wow, when it comes around, it stands out. No rush into sex. And it's not about not wanting to have sex. Of course, we all do. It's a great thing. We love it. But if he's rushing to get to that point, then it's pretty clear what his intentions are, right? So obviously, if you've gone through 1 and 2, and you realize Andy's not rushing into sex, he's taking his time to get to know me, then you're really establishing something solid. You're building a beautiful foundation for a great relationship. You obviously want the interest and you want the desire for the sex time. But if that's his number 1 priority, he's rushing into it, not being clear with his intentions, his words don't match his actions, and he's saying all the right things to get you into bed, you basically need to be responsible for putting yourself in that position. Unless that's what you want. But if that's not what you want, then you should have seen those two red flags previously, where his actions don't back up his words. You know what I'm saying? He's not clear with his intentions, and he's rushing to the sex. Be aware of that. Okay, we all want that, we all love that, but I think it's more meaningful when you really have some clarity and understanding that you guys both want the same things. There's a time and place for some casualness, and there's a time and place for some seriousness, some realness. The dream love that we're all looking for. So hold your value high and hold your expectations realistic. Be honest with yourself. Is his actions backing up his words? Are his intentions clear? Or is he just rushing into sex? Because if he has clear intentions, if his actions do back up his words, as much as he wants to have sex with you, he's not going to just rush into it, because he knows the more he gets to know you, the better the sex is. True. So that's the meaningful thing that we want to look for. That's what you want to look for. That's love. Number 4. But before we get to number 4, I need you, and I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that big like. Share this video with anyone that you know that can easily learn from it, entertain from it, benefit from it, whatever you like. But share this video, because I really want to share what I know with you all to help you all. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, again, leave it with the bottom list right here, and I read them all and I respond to them all. I can't wait to see what you all have to say. And if you want to dig deeper, again, hit this website, FrenchRelationshipExpert.com/coaching, and you'll see our profiles and our services, and we're here to help you. All right, number 4. He admits when he's openly wrong. He admits that. He's saying, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. He's like saying, I messed up. And when he admits that openly, that's a green flag. Because now you're not dealing with an egotistical mind. You're not dealing with a stubborn narcissist. You're not dealing with a short-minded, immature, ego pride riding man who's just all about himself. When a man admits when he's wrong, again, about something small, about something big, whatever, that shows self-confidence, that shows self-awareness, that shows him genuinely trying to get to know you and understand you and acknowledge he was wrong about something, and he wants to openly express that so you understand him. And that way he can learn from that and learn and apply that for the future. So it's very, it sounds simple, but it really shows a lot of character, and it shows a lot of interest. It shows a great green flag that, listen, we're all imperfect. Our imperfections are actually what makes us perfect of who we are. So we're always going to make mistakes. But when the man reveals that he's openly wrong about something or made a mistake about something, that shows such a great desire of trying to get to know you and not caring about being right, not caring about being the ego man. I'm always right, do it my way. He's not being the machismo guy that you think he is. He's being honest. He's being open. He's okay being wrong because he actually learns more about you and the situation. That's a great green flag because guess what? We're going to come across so many tests in our relationship. We're going to be tested in life, and we're not going to always want to be right. But as long as you acknowledge and you're aware when you are wrong and share that with your loved one, that's how you guys can keep on growing and learning through this test of life, through this test of love. Trust me, there's unlimited amount of problems and tests ahead of us in the life and in the love world. You want to be with someone who can hold hands and admit when they're wrong so we can continue moving forward and tackle the next problem together. But if someone's holding on to them being right and never admitting they're wrong, you're never going to move forward. You're always going to be circling around in that unhealthy, toxic world of he's always right and he can't acknowledge when he's even wrong. Make sure he's aware of that. And if he's not, that's a red flag. Get out because you're going to have to convince him otherwise. And that's going to lead to resentfulness. You don't want that. When a man's openly admitting he's wrong or made a mistake, green flag. That's showing that he's willing to grow, he's willing to evolve, he's willing to change. That's a beautiful quality. That's a committed quality that you want. All right? And my last one, number 5. I mentioned this before in other videos, so I want to repeat this one again because it is a green flag. Something that when a man reveals this is a green flag. He can be just as supportive to you as a friend as well as a lover. Doesn't always worry about the needs of the boyfriend. He understands and respects your time. He understands that if you need to be somewhere else with someone else, it's not all about him. Wearing a different hat in the relationship, which I mentioned before, is a key thing. When he's willing to not just be the boyfriend, but be a good partner, be a good supporter, be a good teammate, be a good best friend, be a great lover, all those relationship titles, if he's willing to try those and not just focus on the boyfriend, that's a green light because that just shows so much commitment outside of just the boyfriend. He's trying to commit to you in different forms of the relationship. And what do we always say? The best relationships are the ones who are best friends. Not always saying they have to be best friends first, because I know that's hard to find sometimes, but developing a friendship within the love ship of the relationship. That's a lot of ships. But the point is, you want to understand that if he's open to do that and understanding that your time with the girls are important, or you really got to take this work trip, or last minute grandma's sick and you have to go out of town for a little while, which disrupts your plans with him, is he going to be bitter or hating on that or giving you guilt? Oh, what about us? Why'd you not? Well, what about me? I'm going to miss you. Get out of here. That's a red flag. You want to, at that time, if your grandma's sick and you need to go out of town and cancel plans, you don't need that nagging boyfriend. You want that supportive companion. You want that friend to be like, you know what? I hope she's all right. Call me when you get there. Let me know if there's anything I can do. We'll see each other when you come back. I love you. That's just a whole different love. That's such a supportive love. And that's what you want. You know, and even in the work world, if you had to cancel plans because you had to work overtime because you really want this promotion, and not only did you deserve it, but you want it, does the man hold you back and make you feel guilty because you had to cancel plans with him again because you had to drop a 70, 80-hour work week? No. You want that man to support you. You want the man to be that kind of that coworker where you're saying, go get him. You deserve this, and we'll celebrate when you're done. That's a different form of love. That's more than just a boyfriend. That's a companion. That's a life partner. That's a teammate. And that's what you want. So when that man reveals different forms of the relationship, wearing different hats in the relationship, those are building blocks. The love is the main one, but then you can put different forms of those relationship titles on top of it. God, I can rely on him when I'm down. God, he cheers me up when I just don't feel myself. And he supports me when I cancel plans, but it's only because I have something that's an emergency. And when it comes to the romance, just an amazing boyfriend. When you build all those blocks together, you realize, wow, this has so much substance and there's so much great going on to it. I don't want to lose this. I value this. And those are the best relationships because you're building all these blocks together to build a solid foundation of a relationship, not just boyfriend, girlfriend. You guys are more than that. So let's show that. So I just want to say thank you again for watching my video. Hopefully these 5 tips have helped you in any way. But if you want to dig deeper on this, or if you have any concerns or anything else outside of this topic, check out our website again, FrenchRelationshipExpert.com/coaching. You'll see our profiles and our services there, and we'll love to help you there. Or check out this next video because we're going to go through a whole different topic and talk about whole different scenarios. And the idea is to make sure we educate you to understand that the dream love that you want is out there and you can get it. But the idea is doing a little bit of work for yourself. I always tell my clients right off the back, either you put a little work into yourself now to give yourself the foundation of what you want, right? Knowing your value, having your expectations, realistic expectations, knowing the place where you are in life. When you put in work now, you're preventing all the headache work you're going to have to do in the relationship that you didn't pay attention to, and now you're spiraling around with insecure, fearful issues and arguments because you didn't do the work in the beginning. You didn't set yourself up to get to a healthy relationship. You're just rolling through and reacting to whatever you get. And that's not what we want. Dream love is all about putting work into yourself. Loving yourself, being aware of these tendencies, being aware of these topics we're talking about. So in that way you have a better, clear, quality approach to whatever man you choose to love. And that's what we want to do for you. Remove those clouds and give you a clear path to love. Thank you very much for watching my video. My name is Coach Andres. See you soon.